I first met Kelly from 13 Interiors at an event I co-produced and co-hosted called Owning It just over a year ago now. And Kelly came along with one of my very, very best friends in the world, Emma. And I knew that if Emma had brought Kelly along to my event, she was going to be a great person. And I was right. Kelly is one of the most positive, talented, professional people I've ever met in business, and the success that I think most of you would have seen her achieve in a short space of time is really a testament to her. But one of the things I admire the most about Kel is her work ethic, her discipline and her professionalism. Kelly really understands how to implement success, and she's not afraid of really, really hard work. I'm so thrilled to be able to see all the great things that Kelly's doing. Kelly created my beautiful office space here in Subi, as she also did the Your Eyes Only studio downstairs, and plenty of other incredible spaces, not only here in Perth, but over on the East Coast. Kel is a great friend as well, but someone that I love having around me in business, because it's really important, I think, to surround yourself with people that not only you can trust and lean on, but that you really consider to be inspiring and someone you can learn something from. So one of the things I think we could all learn from Kelly is not only discipline, but consistency. Kel is really probably the best implementer I've ever met in my life. And as a business coach, she was a client of mine, and Kelly really made me look amazing because she just gets SHRT done. And yeah, she does it all with a wonderful smile on her face. She's got so much integrity. Her values shine through in everything she does. And she's such a talented interior designer. So Kel, you know how much I love you, girlfriend. And I'm so excited that you could be a part of this series. And I have no doubt we're going to continue to work together for the unforeseeable future. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the interview as much as we enjoyed making it. Kel, when we first met was through a really good friend of both of ours, obviously Emma. Hi, Emma.
I actually can't believe it.
I know.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday, but also like I've known you for 100 years as well.
Yeah. Best connection.
Yeah.
And I feel like totally meant to be.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, one of my favourite things about you is, you know, and I said this to you just earlier, discipline is the word that springs to mind, but it's more than that. I know you are one of the best implementers and doers that I've ever met. And I mean that seriously. Is that like you've always been that way with everything?
Yep, absolutely.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is my dad, to be honest. Yeah, he's we're very similar personalities. My mum would say, Mum would say that I'm a very hard person.
Right.
But I think that is also a big positive for me. Discipline, I was always just fairly disciplined at school. Always tried my hardest. Was I the best at school? Was I the smartest? No, not by any means. But I always wanted to do the best I could do. And no matter what that was. And I remember when I finished school and I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do, and I remember Mum and Dad were like, you need to have a career. What's the next step? What are you going to do? And I knew I wasn't going to be a uni person as such.
Yeah.
So I actually got into the recreation industry. And I remember starting a course there and ended up doing quite well, and I got into teaching swimming.
Yeah.
So I actually taught swimming for like 15 years and worked really well with kids. And then when I was 19, I actually got given a role with Fitness First, or Healthland originally, to set up their swim school chain. And that ended up going Australia-wide. So it was at the age of like 23, because it was before I got married, I was a national manager.
Wow.
So yeah, I've just always had that drive to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
And there's never been anybody, I guess, saying that you need to do better or you didn't do this right, or whatever. It's just been my own drive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I think that comes from Dad. Yeah, I do, because I think he's got a similar personality.
Yeah, so let's go back. You said just before your mum says that you're hard.
Yeah.
Can we dig into that a little bit more?
Yeah.
What is, like...
Sorry, Mum.
Tell me more about that.
I think Mum's a more of a softer personality.
Yeah.
And I am a take it or leave it kind of person. I don't like to mess around in the bullshit. I like to just get in, get shit done, and off you go.
Yeah.
I'm also a person that never expects things to fall into my lap. If I want something, you got to go and do it yourself.
Yeah,
and I never expect anybody to do anything for me. I am my own person. I am responsible for my decisions, and it's up to me to make sure they go in the direction I want them to go. So I think where there's times where, I could have been, sat in the corner and rocked in the corner and been upset about something.
Yeah.
I sort of deal with that in my own way and move on. Whereas my mum would be probably a bit more emotional about that. And she's like, you're just such a hard person sometimes. But I don't think she looks at that and thinks that's a bad thing. We're just different personalities.
Yeah, I hear that. And maybe I'm hearing as well that you don't take things personally, and you just...
try not to,
Yeah, you take on board what you need to take on board, and you might have that moment where you're, you might feel it hurts a little bit, but then you turn it into action rather than letting it stop you.
Absolutely. I always try and think, if I get... feedback about something, or something happens to me just in general life, whether it's business or not, I always try and look at the positive out of it. Because I don't want to be that person that focuses on the negative. There's plenty of things that have happened in life where I could have, and I definitely have not wanted to have that focus, because I just don't think it's right for the mind. I don't think it's right for relationships, my husband, your family. So I very much always try and look at the positives in things, because I get annoyed at people being negative or blaming or not being accountable for decisions they've made or the way they've reacted to something.
Yeah.
So I've always, really, really tried to drive home going, okay, so what am I going to take from that? This has happened. This is the positive out of it. I can't control it. So I've just got to deal with whatever that is and move on.
Yeah. Well, and that's also, I think, and it goes back to that word discipline. We're all capable of overthinking things, and I mean, I certainly do it.
Yeah.
We're all capable of taking things personally and letting
it's hard.
something...
Like, shit happens, and you get upset. But,
it's kind of almost training your mind to, okay, well, we don't need to dwell on this.
Yeah.
Let's turn this into something positive. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that it's it comes with time. I'm not saying I'm super old, but I'm not super young either. So I've certainly learnt a lot of things in my life. I've learned a lot from my husband. Jed is a huge inspiration to me and has been for the past 17 years. So I've definitely learnt a lot from him and his life of, being a professional athlete to, working now and things like that. So he's a very level-headed person as well. So he offers a lot of support.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, something that I hear people say about you, and this won't come as a surprise to you, this won't be a surprise, but it annoys me when I hear it, because I know what's gone into the last 18 months. Yeah. I've heard people say, oh, wow, Kelly just came out of nowhere. Which is sort of half true.
Sort of a little bit, yeah.
But the kind of inference there is that you're an overnight success.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you might even be given that feedback directly, or you might hear it via somebody else? How does that make you feel?
I had one person directly say to me, how come I don't know about you? Like, where did you come from? And to my face, and I'm like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I don't really get offended by it, because I don't really care. I think the success that I've had is because I've worked at it really hard.
Yeah.
And maybe that people have had a similar path, have just taken longer to get there because they haven't had as much drive. I don't know. Maybe it's only seems that I'm an overnight success because there's been so many goals that I put on my plate and drove to get within that time frame, because I knew where I wanted to be. Yeah. So, and that was obviously a big driver about seeing you.
Yeah.
And business planning and and those types of things, because it was really important that I had a goal.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't expect stuff to just fall in my lap. I've got to go
Yeah.
out there and get it. So, when people say, oh, wow, she just came out of nowhere, I sort of take it a bit of as a compliment. I'm like,
that's great.
Yeah, I'm like, well, maybe I did. But, I've always loved design.
Yeah.
As in starting 13 Interiors in my business. Yeah, it did come out of nowhere. And I have worked really hard at that in the last 18 months. But it's not like I just started design and then boom, here I am.
Yeah.
I've always had that life passion. I was drawing floor plans from 10 years old. People are colouring in and I'm drawing floor plans of homes. So like a nerd.
That's so good.
So it's just different, I guess, paths in life lead you to where you are now. And I think every decision that I've made in my career, and like we often talk about this with corporate background and those types of things, all of the jobs that I've had, whether it's been in recreation, whether it's been in local government, mining, whatever it is, all of those roles have led me to be the person I am now and to be where I am now. So it was the right time.
So good. So good. I have 2 more questions for you.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are the values, your personal values? So obviously we've talked a lot about drive and discipline and ambition. Yeah. What are some of the other things that you really strive to live by?
Definitely treat people as you would like to be treated yourself.
Nice.
I feel that I'm a pretty respectful person. Everyone's different, and it's respecting other people's differences. So the way I treat people, whether it's in life or business, it's vice versa sort of thing. So I definitely try and live by that motto, and and then I think you're always going to cross people that are not people that you really want to engage with or know, and just move on.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone's not for everyone. Other morals and things and goals. Just be the best version of me.
That's awesome.
I think that it's really important. You never stop learning, you never stop growing. There's always something new out there to learn, and if it's something that you want to do, just do it. If I didn't take that idea on, or if I didn't just pursue my design world, I'd still be in mining full time. I wouldn't be living out my dream and helping people create homes and businesses and those types of things. So just do it.
So proud of you.
Thanks.
All right, my last question. Now you can decide whether to take this on a crazy angle or like a serious angle. If you could do any other job in the world, non-realistic or realistic, what would it be?
Any other job?
Anything.
God, I don't know.
That's good that nothing springs to mind though, because you're kind of already living your
I'm
dream,
living my dream. Maybe
awesome.
if it was a couple of years ago, I'd be like, I want to own my own business and be an interior designer. I'd love to, work on magazines and things like that. So I think one aspiration I do have, and it would be a bit of a pipe dream, but I'd love to be a judge on the block. Just let me on.
I can see that in your
Please.
future, girlfriend. I can see that in your future.
We'll just start our own show over here.
Yeah.
You can be host.
It's happening.
And I will be a judge.
Awesome.
So, that would
All
be
right.
definitely an aspiration.
All right. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Kel, thank
Definitely.
you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So good, so good.